Ready to roll?
Yep.
All right. Let's do this. Let's go. It is the eve of the U.S. Open. Ready. Let's go. Can't wait. Can't wait. Come on. Hello, good afternoon.
After all that, you said, come on.
Let's go. Can't wait. Really can't wait. Really pumped up. Really pumped up about this tournament. You?
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people were happy with you yesterday.
It's all right. I'm ready for this tournament. Ready for it. Let's go. All right? Time to attack mode. Let's go. No more game. Let's go.
Are you playing the US Open?
No, but I feel like it.
Okay.
I went out on the court today for the first time in 3 weeks since the injury, though. I felt good. I didn't play. I just kind of chilled out, helped coach the kids, which the kids played some sets. They played well. But nonetheless, I'm in the spirit. And the U.S. Open starts tomorrow. No friends for 2 weeks. Nothing. Let's go. Let's go.
No friends?
None. Nothing. Let's go. I'm ready. Really pumped up about this tournament. Really, really, really pumped up about this tournament.
I mean, anyone looking at you would think that this is your favorite one.
It's not. Wimbledon, I get more, but this is like the first tournament where we've had like kind of a family of people where you feel like you're just in a group anyway. So I'm ready to I'm just going to let the real U.S. Open enthusiasts and at all of them. But this one, I'm ready. I plan to win my fantasy team. I plan to win. And I have some outlandish picks, but I think they're good as gold. Let's go! Look, I felt so good today on the tennis court because I was back out there, even though I had this huge injury on my leg still. Even if I had not hit a ball in 3 weeks, which I still have not, I would have destroyed her today. Destroyed her. I felt it in my blood. I had it.
Stop dreaming, babe, for real. Just stop. He was about to start hitting with Christopher, and I said, no, go sit down. I'm not going back to the hospital.
I was ready. All right, anyway. Hello, good afternoon, as always. I'm telling you, I'm ready for this tournament. Excited about it. Really excited about it. It's Sunday, August the 26th, 2018, and we are here for our 74th show. 74, good job. 74, let's go. So everyone out there, happy U.S. Open Eve. It begins mañana. My Spanish of the day. Let's go. And as always, thank you so much to all of you, because if it's not for you watching us, we would do this inside with the two boys who are also really pumped up about the tournament. They just finished their draws. They just finished their fantasy team selections. They just finished their winners.
I changed mine a bit.
She changed hers a couple times.
But I already locked them in, so.
I locked mine in. Let's go! Locked them in. Telling you, you better be lucky I got an injury, because I would destroy you right now.
I'll let you think that, just so you can recover better.
All right. We have been trying to get to draws for about 5 days now, and we have yet to get to them. We are going to jump right into draws immediately, because we still have viewer comments that we have to do no matter what, and we don't want to go more than 2 shows today, so we're going to jump right in. But real quickly, I will mention my fantasy team picks for the league that we do at some point, and she will mention hers. But we are not going to mention our finalists and winners until after the tournament is started and the draws have locked up. Simply because, again, we have a very nice racket on the line for this tournament. Again, we have about 6 or 7 entries to win the racket. And again, to win the racket, you have to have your men's finalists, your women's finalists, and pick the winner of them both. So I need your men's finals, and I need your women's finals, and then I need your winner of that match on both sides. And that racket is yours. If there's a tie, it'll be a coin toss or something that's an equal chance for tied winners. If you win one of them, again, I'll send you some grips, some strings, some tennis balls, a couple cans or a few cans, whatever. And it's all in good fun. But I think I only have Rahesh's men. I need the women. I think I had someone else's last night. Women.
I'm trying to find who's the
and we'll get to that comment in a little while, but I think I have a women's and not a men's, so make sure you get men's and women's in. And again, if you get the only one of the two, again, if there's 5 people with the same final, I know a lot of people have
Kane, I need your men's pick.
Yeah, Kane, men's pick. Bring the men's pick. You know, and if 5 people have Djokovic, Nadal, and Djokovic wins, which a lot of people have, maybe I'll do 2 sets of strings, 2 sets of balls, whatever. Take your pick, and then we can, like, flip a coin and have, like, a round robin, or maybe the top 2. I can send a couple sets of strings, maybe 2 sets, 2 balls, whatever, because there's a lot of people who have the same final. But I only have the one racket, which is, again, a head Extreme Pro with a 100 square inch head with a 4 1/4 grip, limited edition with the leather underneath this brand new overgrip. Solenco Hyper G 16 gauge string strung at about 58 pounds with the red eye gamma vibration dampener. And that's coming to you if you get the men's or the women's finalists selected.
Or the women's?
The men's and the women's.
Oh, okay.
The men's and the women's finalists and the winners thereof. And if there's 2, which we haven't had an identical set yet, so and I don't see it being identical, so don't forget to get your picks in for both of them. But one of them is fine, but it does not qualify for probably about a $250 setup of a tennis racket, right?
Right.
Okay, so okay, so
your picks.
Yeah, so I'm not going to mention my picks yet. We're going to get right into the draws right now, and we're going to start on the men's side, top half. Are you going to pull yours out, or do you not?
I don't have mine now.
Okay. On the top half of the first side, we know Nadal's #1 seed. His closest seed to him is Kachanov, who's going to be tricky as the 27 seed. They could face off in round 3. In between there, we have Federer, which Nadal should handle. We have Muller, which you have to be careful for. You have a qualifier, Ramos Vinolas, and then Kachanov. I think we'll see Nadal and Kachanov in round 3, and I think Nadal will beat Kachanov and end up in round 4.
Totally agree.
Below that, we have Jack Sock at the 18 seed. Irrelevant for me. I'd probably go with the qualifier, but Jack Sock's playing someone I've never heard of, Guido Andriozzi. Wouldn't be surprised if Guido won that. Not a big Sock fan at all, no disrespect to Sock, but I've just never been a big fan. But I do on my draw have Sock winning that match.
So do I.
I do have, in between Sock and the nearest seed, I have Edmund, who's a solid English player. A British young man, but honestly,
He's playing a veteran, Lorenzi.
Yeah, so you have to watch out for Paolo Lorenzi, the Italian. He's a tricky customer. I think that Edmund should get through that, but if not, I think Sock will meet either Lorenzi or Edmund, and I think that Edmund will actually be the one that meets Nadal in the 4th round.
I don't know. Edmund's been playing so bad that he could lose in the 1st round, honestly, Justin.
Yeah, and you have to watch out in that group for Misha Zverev, Steve Johnson. And there's
they're not on that top. Yeah, you're going.
No, I'm right here.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, but you now got to go to Thiem, who plays.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're staying in the section.
Yes,
we're staying in the section.
That.
Okay, so between Sock and Edmund, besides,
there's nothing else.
There's not much there. Bastervili, he's not bad, but I think we'll see Edmund and Sock probably in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
TM comes up next as your next seed, with Bautista Agut being the next seed below him. In between, we have Istomin, watch out for him. Steve Johnson, watch out for him. And Misha Zverev, watch out for him.
Yeah.
That's kind of a tight cluster.
Well, you got the American that maybe he'll make some noise. Taylor Fritz, I doubt it. We'll see.
It's possible Taylor Fritz could do something. However, I think TM rolls into the 4th round amongst this competition in this section.
I don't know. I think Misha Zverev will give him a tough time. Thiem has had a bad time. Has had a bad season after the French Open, in my opinion.
All right, so we possibly have Nadal in the 4th, Edmund in the 4th, Thiem potentially in the 4th with maybe Misha Zverev. We get down a little bit lower. We have Shapovalov, her boy. She likes Shapovalov a lot. There's a couple qualifiers in there. One actually, then we have Sam Querrey in there. That if Shapovalov beats the qualifier, and I think he will, and then Querrey plays Seppi. That's a tricky match. Seppi's a craftsman, but I think Querrey will probably meet Shapovalov in the 2nd round, which makes it a really tough draw for either of those players for me. So I'm out on that section.
You think he's gonna beat Shapovalov is going to be I forgot how to pronounce his name.
Oh, yeah, Shapovalov plays his countryman.
Auger Aliassime.
Felix Auger Aliassime. Great first-round match. Shapovalov against
They're both best friends.
Yeah, they're really close friends. So, Figure Auger or Auger Aliassime is playing Shapovalov in the first round. That's a quality match to watch.
Seppi versus Querrey is a quality match as well.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Shapovalov there simply because he's got a little bit more experience, but I think in 2 years, Felix Auger Aliassime will be better than Shapovalov. All right.
Then you got Querrey and Seppi. I picked Querrey to go further.
Yeah, yeah, and then you have Anderson that kind of catches right below that, and
Ryan Harrison.
Yeah, and I'm glad honestly to see Anderson and a Querrey in the same section, because if you're a Querrey, you're Anderson. If you're Anderson, Querrey, same game, same person.
I have Querrey beating him, by the way.
So I'm glad it's a coin toss. When you have Querrey and Anderson playing each other, it's the same player with a different hat on, different country, whatever. Respectfully for both. I like both players. I like Querrey and I like Anderson. But it's a coin toss who wins. They play the same game.
Yeah.
Next section. Oh, and that section. I put a question mark on my draw. Like, I'm out on that section. It's a coin toss, whether it's Querrey, whether it's Anderson. And don't forget about Rublev in there, by the way. Rublev.
Chardy's a tough customer.
Yeah, Chardy and Rublev. Don't forget about Rublev. Rublev is a good player, too. So I'm kind of out. It's a questionable section. Next, we have Del Potro playing a qualifier.
Donald Young.
Donald Young's in there. That's right. Good call. Let's go. She put off she knows who she's playing. Del Potro should get through that match. I much love the Donald Young, though, for fighting for so long.
He beat
Peter Quarterson, didn't he?
No, he did not. He beat the Canadian
Polanski.
Is it Polanski?
Polanski he beat.
The one with the glasses?
Yeah, Polanski.
Okay.
That's a good win. And then I think Donald Young also beat. Didn't he beat like Melzer or? No, I'm off there. I thought he beat Melzer or Gulbis in the qualies.
No, he did not.
No, I'm out. Wrong fact. All right, so in Del Potro's section, I think Del Potro will get through. Andy Murray's in there, but I think he has no shot. I mean, does Murray do anything in that section?
Who is he playing?
Murray plays, oh my goodness,
he plays Duckworth.
Yeah.
Duckworth has had a serious injury. He'll beat Duckworth. Duckworth's like ranked in the 1,000s, 800s, somewhere around there.
Then we have Feliciano Lopez playing Verdasco. That's a coin toss there.
I think Lopez will win that.
I think Lopez wins that too. But in that section, I have Del Potro getting into the fourth round. So right now our fourth rounders, Nadal, Edmund, TM maybe with Zverev as a potential. With Querrey or Shapovalov or Anderson as a potential. Then we have Del Potro that's moved down. And now we're coming into the lower half of the top half. We have Borna Koric playing Florian Mayer, who's a veteran, but I think Koric takes care of that.
I did think
the young Medvedev is in there. Medvedev's there. And Tsitsipas is in there. So we've got like this whole conglomeration of young kids here. Tsitsipas, Medvedev, and Koric. Bam, bam, bam.
But you got Robredo that plays Tsitsipas, and Robredo has a beautiful one-handed backhand, and he could beat Tsitsipas.
I'd like Robredo to beat Tsitsipas. Robredo is a tenured journeyman, long-time tennis player. I think that Robredo's experience in gamesmanship and sportsmanship takes out Tsitsipas in the first round. If you're taking Tsitsipas on your fantasy team, be careful with Robredo.
Well, also Medvedev and Donski's a good match.
Donskoy's a good player.
Yeah, Donskoy.
I'm checking time. I'm doing pretty good. We're at 13. I like it.
Well, then you got Isner against the American Khan.
All right, where are you going below? Okay, yeah, okay.
Isner should win that match.
Isner should definitely win that match. I think Isner, for me, is a shoe into the fourth round. Below Isner is Klon, Jari, and Zumur, who's an upcoming decent player, and he's been around a while, by the way. But I think Isner slides into the fourth round.
You shouldn't have a problem with any of these players.
Now comes a tricky section.
Raonic, Berlock,
Donaldson, no shot.
Simone,
Wawrinka, and Dimitrov in one section.
That's tough.
This is tough. I like Raonic a lot here. Look, I'm not a huge Raonic fan. I think his game is really not very pretty to look at all. But if the serve is clicking, then he's going to go right through Donaldson. I think Raonic will go right through Donaldson. I think Wawrinka and Dimitrov...
Donaldson? Where do you see him going with playing with... Oh, you don't know. Donaldson actually pulled out of the U.S. Open.
Okay, so it's a lucky loser then.
They replaced him with Berlock.
Okay, so Carlos Berlock, who's been around. I'm glad you pulled that out.
No, I'm looking at
Carlos Berlock's been around, but Raonic will handle that. So Raonic he'll get a day off, and then he'll play his next match. He's gonna get some R&R there, And then Wawrinka and Dimitrov, no matter who wins or loses that match, even if Wawrinka or Dimitrov wins in straight sets, because of the mental part of that match, where they're both fighters and gladiators, they're mentally going to be spent. So I feel like whoever wins the Dimitrov-Wawrinka match, great for them, but I think they'll face a fresh Raonic and have a problem. And I think Raonic pushes into the 4th round. I think she would disagree with that.
I actually picked Wawrinka to go through Dimitrov and beat Raonic.
If I had to choose a player to roll with me, if I had 3 players, if I had Raonic, Wawrinka, and Dimitrov right here, and I said, okay, we have to play 2 matches, but I can only use one of you for the 3rd match, who would I choose? If I knew that Dimitrov and Wawrinka were going to slug it out one day, no matter who won or lost, and they only had 1 day off to recover from that match to face a fresh Raonic, I think I'm going to take Raonic.
Raonic loses to anybody any day. We all know that already.
So top half, 4th round. Nadal, Edmund, Thiem. Don't forget about Istomin in there. Shapovalov with maybe with Misha Zverev in there as well. We have potentially Shapovalov. Then we have Del Potro that we agreed on. Coric, Tsitsipas, Medvedev in that young section. And then Isner, which we agree on, and then either Dimitrov, Wawrinka, and Raonic in the 4th round. Let's go!
I feel bad for the bottom half.
So who wins between a potential Nadal and Edmund? Nadal, right?
Yes,
okay,
hands down.
Nadal's in the quarters. Then we have potentially Thiem against the question mark. We didn't know who, between Zverev, Bautista, Misha Zverev. And then we had Thiem meeting either one of them with maybe Anderson in there. Who you got sliding through to meet
Anderson.
Nadal? Anderson,
Nadal.
I can see that, but don't count out Shapovalov. Don't count out the young Felix Auger-Aliassime. He looks ready, and
I love Shapovalov. You know that, but I don't think he's ready to beat a player like Anderson.
Watch out for the serve and volley game of Misha Zverev. Then we have below that, we have Del Potro, and we have Del Potro pretty much taking out Murray in the 3rd round, if not Murray leaving before that. And then we have a Coric, Tsitsipas, a round 4 against Del Po. But I think whether Del Potro meets Coric or Tsitsipas, I think Del Potro moves into the quarters.
Agree.
Bottom
Del
half.
Po should be in the quarters.
We pretty much agree on that Isner is going to take his section through. Hey, USTA, he's in the United States, go figure. But he's going to cruise there. I would think into the quarters. We already mentioned this. Or into the 4th round. So below that, he's either going to meet Raonic, Wawrinka, Dimitrov, or Simone. So I have Isner playing Raonic with Raonic going. She has Isner playing Wawrinka with
Wawrinka going.
Here we go. Nadal versus, let's say, Anderson. Who wins? Nadal.
Nadal. I have Nadal.
Del Potro versus potentially Isner. Who wins?
Del Potro.
Okay, I have Nadal against potentially Thiem.
Well, Nadal, I had Del Potro. Wawa, and
Nadal wins. I have Del Potro against a potential Raonic. Who wins? I still have Del Potro. With Nadal winning that match between Raonic or Isner respectively, and Nadal and Anderson respectively. We both have Nadal winning that and have Nadal going to the final on the top half.
I do.
Let's go!
Well, you said you weren't going to say who you have in your final.
I'm not going to say who's got it.
Oh.
What I think is not a matter of what I put on my fantasy team.
Ah.
Look, I just told you who we thought.
Well, I can't BS anybody here. You know I'm going to put Nadal in the final.
I'm not.
Come on now. I mean, that would be stupid to think that I wouldn't put him in the final. So you guys obviously know I'm putting him in the final. You just don't know who I'm putting on the other side.
I am not going to... My finals picks are going to blow your mind. Blow your mind. My finals picks for men's and women's are going to blow your mind.
I doubt that it'll blow our minds, but okay.
Mind blowing. Let's go.
Look, people are either going to pick Nadal, Djokovic in the final. Let's be real here.
Not me.
And some people will be brave and put Federer.
Men's bottom half. At the top, Cilic, his next seed approaching here would be Mannarino, and between there we have Tiafoe, the young American, and we have Alex de Minaur, the young Australian. Tiafoe and de Minaur can bring firepower, but I don't think any of them, including Mannarino, have any shot by getting by Cilic through round 4.
None of them have a chance. Tiafoe's going to have a hard time with Mannarino as it is.
I think Cilic sells him to the 4th round.
Yeah, easy for him.
Next
easy
section. Cecchinato, Benito, Smisek, Struff, McDonald, Hasse, Qualifier, and David Goffin. Hold on real quick in this section. First of all, any great players here? Not really. I like Goffin. I think Goffin's the best player. However, it's Julian Benito's last major ever, and he is retiring, so I give Benito the edge over Cecchinato simply from a pride perspective.
I think Cecchinato's good at clay. We don't know what... He hasn't had a good hardcourt season, so I didn't even pick him going through the first round.
didn't even really look at this section in terms of a fantasy
I
team
do mine
or
one by
second
one.
week.
I do mine one by one.
Well, I did, but when I saw the players, I really didn't see any of them going past the third round. However, I like Benito here. I like Benito in this section.
Haas has a good chance, too, of beating Goffin.
I like Benito.
Okay.
Goffin, I love Goffin. He's a great player.
Didn't he retire with an injury?
But yeah, he's had some really freakish injuries, and I wish the best for Goffin. I really like him. I mean that, but I like Benito in this section. I like Benito in this section. Haase too. Haase's not a bad player from the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
He's a veteran too, but I like Benito here. Call me crazy. I like Benito. So in the fourth round, again, I have a big question mark on mine. I mean, how do you get through the fourth round? I guess you would have to say statistically, Goffin. But if he gets injured, then you would have to say, in my opinion, Haase or Benito. So I'm going to just stick with Benito. I don't think Cecchinato beats Benito. I don't.
It doesn't matter who goes in there. I think Cilic will handle them easily in the next round.
Benito versus Cilic in the fourth round, in my opinion, and I think Cilic creams that. But I think Benito finishes his last major in the fourth round and loses to Cilic. Let's go, Benito.
Disagree with you completely.
That's fine. That's who I pick. Human, I'm going to make mistakes, right?
No, it's not mistakes. That's your opinion.
My opinion. Next section is kind of interesting to me. We have Schwartzman as the 13 seed. I really have never bought into the whole Schwartzman thing.
Man, for a guy that's 5'6", 5'7", he can play.
Yeah, he can play. He can skedaddle. He reminds me of Ferrer, but I think still
he's a little fighter.
I still think Ferrer's better. Ferrer made it to what, number 4 in the world or 3 at some point. I don't think Schwartzman will ever get there.
He's 13 right
Yeah,
now.
when I see Schwartzman, I see Ferrer, but I see Ferrer being better. So I think we've already seen the best
He was
from
a little
Schwartzman.
bigger, I think.
Yeah, so let's go Ferrer, let's go Schwartzman, but at the end of the day, you know, both of you guys I respect and you're brilliant tennis players, but I don't think you're going to be winning the U.S. Open. All right. Also in that section, Monfils. Kyle Monfils, let's go! Love Monfils. Love Monfils.
You got Nishikori, too, playing Martyr.
For me, there's 2 dark horses in this section, Nishikori and Monfils. I think Monfils always has the potential to win if he keeps his cool. And I think that Nishikori always has the potential to win if he doesn't ever give up. Nishikori for me is a dark horse, and Monfils is a dark horse for me. Watch out here. I have Monfils going to the 4th round in this section.
Whoever Cilic's waiting for, he'll beat.
Monfils in the 4th round in this section. Let's go! Next section. We have basically Zverev, the younger, or Sasha or Alexander, playing a handful of guys.
He's playing Polanski, and then you got Kohlschreiber in there, too. Evden's in there.
Kohlschreiber is his all-time favorite player. Beautiful game. Love his one-hander. I think he could have been more aggressive a long time ago and maybe won a lot more, but he tends to battle out a lot from the baseline instead of coming forward. His consistency deserts him when he tries to do that. Kohlschreiber's a great player. I think Sasha Zverev rolls to the 4th round.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Djokovic's section next. Let's go, Djokovic. Watch out for Djokovic's first round match against the Hungarian player Fucsovics. He's good. I mean, he's a big dude. He kind of reminds me. The Hungarian reminds me somewhat of Sabalenka, even though Sabalenka's from Belarus. Their big, brutal games remind me of one another. Watch out for the guy that plays Djokovic in the first round. He's a good player. I think Djokovic will destroy him. But if Fucsovic plays his best match ever, watch out, because he can play too. Watch out for him. Fucsovic he's tough. I mean, he's going to come to fight. He's going to hit freely, I can promise you.
Well, then you got Troitsky and Sangrin.
Sangrin and Troitsky have no shot on Djokovic, and believe me, I think Djokovic destroys Fucsovic, but you have to be careful with him.
Then you got Gasquet.
Gasquet is going to get destroyed by Djokovic.
Well, he's going to get through his first couple rounds.
Next section, Lucas Pouille is in the midst of Baghdadis, Yuzny, Sousa, Jaziri, and Carreno Busta. If Pouille can ever do anything like I always thought he would do, I mean, about 5 years ago, I thought Pouille was going to be the next Borg. And he ended up being the next person that loses, just like Zverev and Koric and everybody else. But I think Pouille should actually, for the first time, make it at least to the 3rd round. And I may be wrong. Pouille may have made it further at Wimbledon than I just said. So that may be an odd fact. I just shot that from the hip. But Pouille...
The only time Pouille was popular, or we knew his name, was because he beat Nadal.
Pouille could get to the 4th round and face Djokovic. Remember, I'm saying that. Lucas Pouille could face Djokovic in the 4th round. Who else do you think is going to separate that?
Usually could beat him in any day. Baghdadis, you never
Carreno
know.
Busta, no.
Carreno Busta could. He had a good season last year. You never know.
Doubt it. All right, I like it. We're doing good on time too.
Next section is Fognini. You got Millman. You got Kukushkin. And then you got
Berankis
and Chung.
Berankis,
really open there, honestly.
Very, very open. Very open. Fognini, in my opinion, is no better than any of them. No disrespect to Fognini. Fognini's been around a long time, and he's married to a Grand Slam champion, right?
Yeah.
No disrespect there, but Fognini, to me, is not a great player, nor has he ever been.
Agree. I don't even know how he has such a high ranking.
Fognini is like Verdasco.
I've never liked this guy.
Verdasco is like, who was the guy that had the one-handed backhand lefty, that the Spanish player? He would always get so close.
Armando.
What's his last name?
Was it the other Spanish?
No, he had a one-handed backhand. He got kind of chunky later.
Armando, wasn't his name Armando?
No.
From Spain. Dark hair.
Yeah, but it wasn't Armando. It was during Robredo's time, during Lopez's time. I think he got higher than not Almagro. Was it Almagro? Almagro.
Armando, I kept saying.
Let's go, Almagro. Let's go. Almagro was really good for a long time.
He was,
and he faded away. But Fognini is like that for me. I mean, it's so close, but yet so far away.
I think Almagro was better.
Almagro was better than Fognini.
I like to see what Chung does, don't you?
Yeah, but I think Chung had a really Cinderella story last year, but I think Chung has no shot this year. Let me mention something about Berankis, though. I had an opportunity in 2007 to go to the U.S. Open. I watched Berankis play as a junior and actually beat Jerzy Janowicz in the boys' final in 2007, and he looked really good that day. But I haven't seen much from Berankis.
Well, he's been injured. Not Berankis.
Berankis. Yeah, Berankis. Berankis won the boys' final, U.S. Open, 2007. I was there. He played Jerzy Janowicz in the final. I think it was a straight set win. I can't recall. I had a lot of high hopes for Berankis.
Does it really matter if these guys win the junior opens? It really doesn't. Most of their careers don't take off if they win junior opens.
All right, so in that section, I think we can agree it's a coin toss. Fognini, Chung, they're going to the quarters or the fourth round.
It could be any of those guys. Honestly.
Any of them. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't
even touch that.
I didn't touch the section. Next section, arguably the toughest section in the tournament. Kyrgios.
Pair. Novak is good.
Benoit Pierre.
D. Novak.
Federer, and then you have Nishioka, who's a decent Japanese player. Mm-hmm. So we both obviously have Kyrgios and Federer winning their first round match, which would place Kyrgios in a real cruising tight match. Actually, you know what?
Him and Federer should meet.
So yeah, Kyrgios and Federer should meet in the third round, and this is where it gets scary for Federer for me, because if Federer beats Kyrgios, then he faces potentially Pui or Carreno Busta or Fognini in the fourth. Then he faces Djokovic, and then potentially Monfils, Zverev, or Cilic in the semis, and then Nadal and the final. Federer has a rough draw. This makes it really scary for me for Roger. How about you? Makes it scary for me for Roger. For sure. All right, so fourth rounds in the bottom half. We have Cilic, okay? We have a question mark, and I guess we'll just roll Golfin over in case he stays healthy. We have Monfils potentially playing Zverev, maybe Schwartzman in there. Then you have Djokovic playing maybe Pui or Yuzny or Carreno Busta, with obviously Djokovic sliding through that match no matter what. Then we have then we have Fognini and Chung maybe meeting in the third round. Let's just throw out a name there. I'm out on all of it. Let's just say Chung gets through to the fourth round, to the third round. Fognini, they would meet in the fourth. So you would have like Fognini and Chung meeting in the fourth round, okay, and then you would have Federer and Kyrgios meeting in the third round. So the winner of Federer and Kyrgios in the third round, that is if Federer beats Pierre in the second round, would play Chung or Fognini in the fourth round, and then that person would have to jump.
Well, whoever gets through, if whoever wins, Nishikori or Federer should get through their next round.
I would think so.
We don't have to complicate it that much.
Okay, so after that, we have the quarterfinals. We have Cilic against Zverev or Monfils. I'm going to take Cilic going to the semis anyway.
Same here.
Good?
Yeah.
We have Monfils versus Zverev. Coin toss. I think Monfils wins that with experience, but Zverev might do something. Monfils jumps forward and loses to Cilic in the quarters, and again Cilic makes it to the semi. Djokovic against maybe Carreno Busta or Pui. Djokovic wins that. That puts Djokovic in the quarters. Let's just say Kyrgios or Federer loses to one another. Kyrgios wins, he's in the quarters. Federer wins, he's in the quarters, and he plays Djokovic. I still think Djokovic wins that match, and we have a Djokovic versus Cilic quarter or semi, and Djokovic winning that for a Djokovic bottom half final appearance.
I'm not saying anything.
She's not saying anything.
No.
She's not saying anything, but we came up with this, but she's not saying anything. So we have, by the statistics, this does not necessarily mean that this is what I'm picking on my fantasy team. By the statistics, the research that we would done, basically a Nadal-Djokovic final, in my opinion, Djokovic winning it would be the most logical. She disagrees. She thinks it should be.
I think everybody's too. When I read a comment before where someone said that the pressure is on Nadal. I think the pressure is on Djokovic. Everyone expects him to win. Everyone, and that's not good.
Okay, so we're done with the men's draw. We're going to stop right here and go into part 2 and get right into the women's draw. Again, this is something that is not a personal draw. My fantasy team picks do not have the same picks we just went over. We looked at it.
That's just what basically what average.
Yeah, we looked at it objectively that 99 or let's say 90 people out of 100 would have Djokovic Nadal with Djokovic winning, including the thought that we looked at Vegas odds and odds-on favorites and so forth. I do not have that final, and I do not have that winner. She has the final. No, I don't think she has the final, nor the winner either. And we're going to get into that after we do the women's draws. Stay tuned. Women's is coming right up. Can't wait to do it. Let's go. Let's go. And then we'll get through the women's, and we're going to get right on to our fantasy team picks. And then wish you guys a great rest of your U.S. Open Eve Sunday. Let's go. Women's coming up.